It's hard to talk with this massive chair here. So I'll talk next to it. Today's the day. I said I was gonna do a September TBR because my last 2 months were so low. So I feel like if I set a certain amount of books for myself, I'm very competitive and don't like to embarrass myself. Like when I say I'm gonna do something. You've probably seen this before. This is not a new idea. I actually originally got this from Sarah Caroli, obviously. So I'm gonna do my name picks out my TBR. Okay, how friggin' fun. Samantha Faye also did this, so you should go check out her video as well because it's very cute and fun and quirky, and her name is longer than mine. If you didn't know, my name is Kendall. That is 7 letters, 7 books I need to read. For certain, going to read a couple of books already that are going to be added on top. So I have the tandem read, which is Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms, okay? If I, for some reason, cannot find an E that works with it, I'm going to put Empire of Storms as that E. That's only if I can't find something. If I can find something, I'm just going to add it on top. And then Tower of Dawn, I obviously don't have a T in my name. And then I'm also reading another book that doesn't have a letter. Its first letter is not in my name. So that's just going to go on top of the list as well. I'm just not talking about it yet. So let's get started. Actually, a 4th book that I just know I'm gonna read because I'm already in the middle of it and am loving it, but the 4th Windy City book, it doesn't have, I can't think of it right now. I think it's like Play Along. Yeah, and I don't have a P in my name. So there are 4 books already before we even start, but let's get started, okay? So we're going with Kindle. This is gonna be so freaking fun. Let's do a K. I'm literally just gonna look at all my shelves. I'm gonna try and hopefully stay with my physical TBR. If for some reason I'm struggling, we can look at Kindle Unlimited, but let's look. Okay, there was one over here, so let me look at my thriller shelf. We found one. Ooh, okay. I'll show the options as we go and then I'll pick at the end. For K, we have Kingdom of the Wicked, the first of the series, and then a thriller, Kill for Me, Kill for You. Those are our K options. Now we have E. E might be a little difficult. Okay, that was unsuccessful. I apparently don't own a single book that starts with E. I have the X Hex, but I've already read it. So I can either read the second, which is the Kiss Curse, which kind of defeats the purpose, or I can look on Kindle Unlimited, or I can try and read the Green Mile because there's 2 E's in that. Green Mile. But I'm gonna think on it. We're gonna move on to N. Okay, I just thought of something that might work. New Moon is technically an N, and you know it's an E that I do have is Eclipse. I just haven't read New Moon yet. So maybe I could do New Moon Eclipse. But like, am I in the headspace to read 2 Twilight books right now? I don't know, so I don't know. Okay, my choices for N are The Nightingale, The Night Circus, or a novel love story, and maybe New Moon. I don't know. All right, D. We've got quite a few D options. So I can do The Death of Mrs. Westaway. Obviously, I just read a Ruth Ware novel and hated it. So kind of wanting to give her another try, but we'll see. Divergent. I've never read Divergent, so it could be kind of fun to jump into that. Dance of Thieves. I've heard a lot about this. And then Alice Feeney, Daisy Darker, which I've actually really wanted to read for a really long time. So we'll see. Now we're on A. I'm not going to grab every single A book because it's probably a lot. So I'm just going to grab a few that probably would want to read. Okay, the A options are A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, Anxious People, and Addicted After All, which is the next that I'm on in the Addicted series. Now I have to find 2 L's. Since I need to pick two, I pick kind of a lot. The Lovely Bones, The Last Flight. A lot of these are thrillers, which is okay with me since we're going into September anyways. I'm gonna transition over to those types of books anyway. The Last House on Needless Street. The Love Hypothesis. Love on the Brain. Love in the Time of Serial Killers. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna get these all together and then we're gonna sit and pick. Let's get started. So we have Kingdom of the Wicked for K's. I don't know much about the story itself because I like to go into fantasy-esque series blind. I just know something about, I believe, no, actually I don't know. It's a trilogy. I have all three and I have Throne of the Fallen, which is like the next one. Don't know much, but I want to go into these blind. I believe this is the first one. If this isn't the first one, let me find out. Kingdom of the Feared might be first, but I do have it. Okay, well, it doesn't tell me, so I'm gonna assume this is the first one. I don't actually know. Anyways, I have all three, so it doesn't matter. My other option is Kill for Me, Kill for You, which was a Book of the Month club that I got. It's kind of like these two people meet, and they, I guess, realize they both want to kill someone, and so they're like, I'll kill your person if you kill my person, is the initial vibe that I'm getting from the summary. It's like, do I want to get a fun little thriller out of the way? It's kind of a thick thriller. Or do I want to get into a trilogy? I don't know. I do know I have a bunch of other thriller options available. So I think I'm gonna go with Kingdom of the Wicked. That's my first one. My K, Kingdom of the Wicked. E. So I don't have any books that start with E other than Eclipse. I can look on Kindle Unlimited, but nothing comes to mind that starts with an E. Let me look. Okay, so Mugs took my spot. So I can't find any that I want to read that start with E, so we're just gonna go with Empire of Storms. Empire of Storms, I'll go get it. Damn it. Oh, bye Mugs. Which, as you can see, I'm halfway through. This needs to get read anyway this month. Empire Storms is gonna officially be our E. Next, we have an N, which, three options. I have a novel love story, which I've been wanting to read for a while. I got 54 pages in and then never picked it back up just because I was doing other stuff, but really want to read The Night Circus. I've had this for a while. I don't really know much about it, I'm not gonna lie. I think it would be fun to go into this type of a book blind, so I'm not gonna go and look at the summary. So you can go look yourself if you would really like to know what this is about, but I'm not going to look. I don't know. I think it would be fun. It is a thick book though. Ugh. My last choice is The Nightingale, which I think will put me in a bad headspace and will be really sad. I know for a fact it will make me cry. So I'm stuck between, I think I'm not gonna do this yet. I'm not in the headspace for that. A novel love story or The Night Circus. Because I think this could be really fun. But I hate that I started this and never picked it back up. It's like I want to pick this one, but this one needs to be read. Because it's getting to the point where if I don't read it very soon, I'm going to have to restart it, which it's only 50 pages. But I just feel like I need to read this. Okay, I'm picking Night Circus. It's just calling to me. It's calling my name. It seems fun. Night Circus it is. All right, next is D. We had more options for D. We have The Death of Mrs. Westaway, Daisy Darker, Dance of Thieves, and Divergent, which I think I know what I want to choose. If Divergent was smaller, I would pick Divergent. I'm not gonna lie, because I think it would also, not that I've said this 100 times, I think it would be fun to start and get into Divergent, because I never really got into those movies. Like, it wasn't my type of thing. I don't know what it is about dystopian that never really grabbed me as a child. Like Hunger Games, Divergent, those kind of things didn't really do it for me. I liked them and I saw them. I just didn't obsess over them. Dance of Thieves, she's thick. She's a whole nother, I'm just not ready for it. Daisy Darker or The Death of Miss Westaway. I'm going to give Ruthway a break because I just read The Lion Game, like I said earlier, and absolutely hated it. So Daisy Darker I've wanted to read for a really long time. Basically, from what I can remember, I'm not going to recheck my facts, but basically everyone has a party at their grandma's house, like over in the middle of nowhere. And I think either Nana or someone else ends up dead. And they're like, what the hell? So that's what we're gonna go with. All right, A. Let's see. I have the next book in the Addicted series that I'm in, so it's Addicted After All. She's thick too. All of these books are freaking huge, but this one's on Kindle Unlimited, so that's good. And it would continue me in a series, so that's also good. But I have Anxious People, and feels much smaller than that one, so that's already good. I've been wanting to read a Frederick Backman book for a while, because I just, I want to see what the hype is. From what I know is a group of people get held held hostage at an open house, I believe. And it's just like the stories of the people in the open house that are held hostage. That's basically all I know. My other option is, though, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And I'm leaning toward this one because the show just came out. And I kind of want to watch the show. And I know this would be a quick, easy read that I've wanted to read for a while anyway. So I'm thinking maybe these two can wait. And I'm going to pick A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Now I have to pick two L's because, contrary to popular belief, there are two L's in my name. I have both The Love Hypothesis and Love on the Brain. Could knock it out with both L's right now. I don't want to. No part of me wants to A, read a romance, and B, read an Ali Hazelwood romance. I hate to say it. I found these. I only bought these because they were at Julia's, so they were cheap, and I felt like one day maybe I was going to want to read them. That day is not today, and that day is not going to happen in the next 30 days of September. My other options are Love in the Time of Serial Killers. Know nothing about it. She's been into like serial killers, true crime, that kind of thing her whole life, and she's convinced her next door neighbor is a serial killer. Fun. So I don't know if it's supposed to be like comedy because it's kind of giving comedic relief on the front, but who knows. Next option is The Last House on Needless Street. I don't really understand what it's about at all. And from what I heard, I'm pretty sure there's a POV from the cat. So that's always fun. And it's giving fall vibes. Like, this one has been on my TBR for the Halloween season for a while. So I don't know if I should go ahead and put it on, maybe make it October TBR. I don't know. But next option is The Last Flight. This is one of the first books I bought when I started my reading journey. So I've had it for over 2 years. She has traveled with me to multiple different places that I've moved. From what I remember is these two girls swap their flights. They don't know each other, and they all of a sudden meet at the airport and decide to let's just swap our flights and go live the other life. Oh, and the thriller part is one of the planes goes down. So the girl that was supposed to be in that plane didn't get in that plane. So this other girl is like dead or disappears. I don't know. And then The Lovely Bones. I love this movie. One of my favorite thriller movies, mystery movies, serial killer movies ever. I think it's so well done and just perfect. It gives me chills. I love it. I've wanted to read the book for a while. I think the book will surpass the movie. It's just hard for me to read things that I already know the story of, even though I know I'll enjoy it. Let's see. I'm not gonna lie to you. Before I started this, I had a book in mind. That book was not the book I'm going to pick, but I think I'm gonna pick Love in the Time of Serial Killers. That seems like a fun, cozy fall read, and I feel like it's gonna get me into the fall spirit. Whereas these are more just like mystery thrillers. So I'm gonna choose Love in the Time of Serial Killers. I just remembered I need to pick a second one because I do have two L's like I just yelled at y'all for, even though none of y'all have spelled my name wrong ever because it's right in front of your face, but I have to pick another one. So that's fun. I'm debating between, I think The Lovely Bones. I think The Lovely Bones and The Last Flight. I think I'm going to put Needless Street down because I don't really get it. So it's like, do I want to go with cozy, comfort, mystery movie that I love, and like maybe fall more in love with it because the books are always better, or a fun like mystery flight disappearance? Okay. I'm doing The Lovely Bones. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm doing it. All right. Oh my God. This is so fun. I have my whole name spelled out. How freaking fun is that? Just to recap, we have Kingdom of the Wicked for K, Empire of Storms for E, The Night Circus for N, Daisy Darker for D, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder for A, Love in the Time of Serial Killers for L, and then The Lovely Bones for the other L. Here's my little stack, and then you can add to it. Since I'm reading Empire of Storms, I'm obviously going to read Tower of Dawn as well, so add that. Just pretend there's a T in my name. And then also add in one other book add in another book that I'm not telling you the name of yet, and then the last Windy City series book, Play Along. Here are my books. She's a thick stack plus more on top, so I will either have to get my ass going with these books like pronto, or the stack's not gonna get done. I'm not gonna kill myself to finish the stack. Obviously, if I were to finish all of these and the other ones I have, that'll have been 10 books this month of pretty big books. It's been done before. I have done that before pretty easily, like multiple times, but I don't know if it's gonna happen this month. But we can hope. We can only hope, all right? But take a good look. Here she is. Beautiful stack of books. Thanks for coming along. Hope you enjoyed the TBR videos. I don't do them all the time, so if you like them, let me know because it keeps me accountable for reading all month so you don't get stuck with a 4-book wrap up. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.